I'll call it the ramblings of a full idiot at this point this morning. It's 3:37 in the morning, West Coast time. Wednesday, the 18th of September, 2024. Very confused and not so here, not so much here. The zombie Weaver Agency of Roseman, California. Eh? Alrighty. Yeah, so I was complaining in my other video concerning about pricing, and I went off on a tangent at this point. What I can and can't afford, what I consider that, what's traditional foods that we use when things come up, and we pay a great deal for it. These days, we pay for a great deal for it. My God. Thanksgiving's coming up in November. I still got to get past October. October with the sugar fix. I haven't gone through my sugar yet on that one. I still got old candy. But I hardly get anybody out here anyway. That's why I got the old candy. But I haven't gone through it. I mean, chocolate pieces, actually, solid chocolate pieces, actually do last for a short time. Maybe about a year or two. Good survival energy snacks anyway. But if you're diabetic, you're screwed. But what would I consider a good holiday meal? Cheapest damn thing I can get? How about a off the shelf microwavable dinner thing from, oh, I don't know, Hormel or something like that? Get your traditional mashed potatoes and Thanksgiving with gravy and pressed turkey. $5 or $6 right there, I think. Just for a small microwavable dish. Not even worth anything. But still, it's a turkey dinner. For regular turkey, it costs looking at that damn stuff. The mashed potatoes I can get away with. I can get the potatoes, raw potatoes, a lot cheaper. Or if you're really going to the cheaper way, you get the artificial shit. Instant potatoes. Just add boiling water. And you gotta flavor it up a little milk and butter in it. Make it a little more fluffier, less lumpy. But still, that's mashed potatoes right there. Gravy mix, maybe about $1 or $2 a packet. If they're cheap enough for the gravy. About a cup of gravy, that's about it. There you go. And stovetop, about $7 or $8, I think, maybe more. For a cheap turkey dinner, I figured about $20 or $30 just for one person. Or the cheapest, you get the microwave crap off the shelves and have at it. Comparing prices of what can be afforded and what can't be afforded. What's holiday meal considered? What do you consider a holiday meal? Well, definitely not scarfing out at the fast food places if you need to, but maybe. I'm still overdoing on. What am I overdoing? I was trying to say something else. I'm overdue for a real Mexican meal, or what I would consider a real Mexican meal. Not the Taco Bell crap, but that would be considered Americanized Mexican meal, would it? Shit. No. Going to a local small shop that would actually deal with street tacos, carnita with onions and cilantro. And then you get the burritos, about 12, $15 right there. So about $30 I could get myself a burrito and a few tacos and call it that. Mm, don't forget the sauce. You need sauce for the burritos and tacos. For $20 or $30 roughly in the Americanized version of the damn thing, about $3.50 for a taco now over at Taco Bell. God. So $8.50 I would have to pay for something like that. Screw that noise. No, if I'm going to be paying $30, I'd go over to a Mexican restaurant for that one. Actually, a small mom and pop on that one. I miss chips and salsas they would have, actually. You know the one restaurant I really miss going to? Del Taco. At least I had a taco salad out of the damn thing, and that would have been something. You'd have your tostada shell fried up. You would have your bed of lettuce shredded like crazy, your meat, the cheeses, tomatoes, and sauce. Not to mention refried beans. Don't forget the refried beans in the thing. That would have been that would have been dinner right there. Don't even have that these days. No, I saw something about the moon pies in the last video, and I was talking about that because of a video I came across of China not being able to afford its own festive foods. Then I had to think back, what kind of festive foods do we use to celebrate stuff with? And it's getting too damn expensive to do the fast food anymore, you know. At one time, it used to be a cheap, quick meal, but now these days, it's more like going to a fine restaurant, ordering limited quantity, and paying high prices for the damn shit. And this is basically for a cheeseburger, fries, and a Coke. I could afford cheeseburgers at home by buying bulk and meat, cheese, sauce, and buns, or at least bread, and fix it that way. And it'll be okay. I could cut up some potatoes and make some wimpy fries. There's my burger and fries right there. Hot dogs, you get a package of hot dogs and get a package of buns, or maybe more bread if you can. And then make your own hot dogs out of the damn thing. There's no Davina Schnitzel out here, so I don't have a way of making my own damn corn dogs. Chili dogs, grab a can of chili somewhere and just have at it. Things I try to think about for celebration food, or just once in a great while I've had a craving for it. I did say I had a craving for Mexican food, right? I said Spanish rice. Now, if you get the package of stuff, it ranges between $1 to $5, depending if you're getting a box of Spanish rice. Rice-A-Roni or the cheaper brands do it. So a can of crushed tomatoes and peas and carrots, and then you got yourself what you got the equivalent on in the restaurants. Get some taco sauce. Hey, you're making it. Get a can of cheap ass um, refried beans. Hey, you're a restaurant man. That's for half the meal. What about the rest of the half? Yeah. What happened to the enchiladas with the sauce on it and cheese melted on it? Of course, you have to get the tortillas for that one, either the corn or flour. Mostly they do the flour for that one. And then you got to get the hamburger, which is the most expensive thing right there. For a roll of hamburgers, about between $12 and $14, and that's for the 70%, 70% meat, the rest of it fat. And when you look at the rest of the hamburger melted down, cooked up, the rest of the fat's down there. Shit. Well, drain off the dang juices, throw some powder into it, water, mix it up, cook it up. There you got your ground beef. Of course, if 100%, it'll be about $14, $16. With the fat, a lot cheaper. Go figure. I've been thinking about that sometimes. We got American traditions coming up, and I gotta celebrate it Mexican style. I can't cook Chinese. I mean, I'd like to learn how to do that. Stir fry would be nice, but you know the electrical burners we got here don't do it justice. Just doesn't work. Can't do it on it with a wok. So I got to do it in a frying pan. Doesn't work as well, but you know I'll work with it whatever I got. And then there's other recipes I've been thinking of about trying, but still have to consider how much money you're going to be spending and how much this food's going to be lasting you. Should last me about 3 or 4 days, maybe more than that. I'm always trying to calculate how much I've got per day that I know how to spend and how much that food's going to last. There's sections on that one. My old videos I've been talking about, I do that just to save and salvage as much as I can for the next month. But I'm okay on that one. It's a routine. I keep that going. What, moon pies? What would I consider an American version on that one? For traditional foods that we use on a constant basis that we can't afford anymore. For me, it would have been the chicken strips and fries for 25 bucks, roughly. That would last me maybe about 2 meals. About a pound and a half, I think, of strips. Then about a pound of fries. And that would last me about 2 meals. Break it down, that's about $12 a meal on that one. That's my moon pie situation. Where I can't even afford something like that, except maybe as once in a while. If I stretch it out long enough. $12 for a small meal of strips and fries. Compare that to some of the restaurants we have out here in Roseman, California. There's a few restaurants that actually are still on a delivery route that I can honestly get. About $12 to $14. That would be with the strips and steak fries. If I'd got myself a baggage of steak fries, it'd be about $6 to $7 right there. But the chicken strips, I would have to learn how to fry that stuff up, which means I would have to calculate how much meat I'm going to be needing, and flour, seasonings for it. They cost. Seasonings cost, especially if you're using garlic and onion powder together. A little bit of paprika, you know it. There's also the flour to get. They cost. You use it for the long term, but for the short term, I was doing the price comparisons in my head on that one. It would have been nice to have a patty melt, you know. Once in a great while, patty melt. I would have to get the Melba bread, not the Melba bread, but get the rye or sourdough. Have that toasted up. Sourdough works better. I don't have a toaster. How do I toast it? Put it on a frying pan. Slather it butter a little bit. Toast both sides. Put it aside. I don't have a grill. I have a griddle. I can use a pan griddle or a clean frying pan that I can toast things up on. So I would have my toast. Okay. Sauce, different thing altogether. Bottle of sauce would work. Package of cheese, yeah, that would have worked too. American cheese, basically. But the seasoning of the hamburger, no, That one you would have to use onion powder for it, wouldn't you? So how do I season up a frozen hamburger patty on that one? Oh, well, the onions are easy enough. Things I have to think about being creative on this one. Things that are worrying me at almost 4 o'clock in the morning on this one. Why? I don't know. Things I'm thinking about these days that are making me hungry, so I get me some milk, a banana. Moon pies? Moon pies.